We'll pause it right. Some of this live action that we have going on. And if you haven't seen the new banner that we have going on, the new PFP, the new name, the new everything, it's here on this Friendly Friday. And if we can, let's, D-Rob, if we can, maybe get a tweet out about this Spaces. Because actually the last tweet we had actually, and I actually plotted this. The last tweet we had was from Dylan Reed, ETH. And that was like the last honorary tweet from the VaynerNFT account. And what better fitting way than have one of our own friends within the Vayner3 family to have the last honorary retweet out there for the historical frames of the Web 2.0 world of what we call Twitter. And now we're moving into V3 and is what we love to call Web 3. I am here with the hostess with the mostest, Cool Blue, and D-Rob himself, meme master Alan Carroll. We got Elena. We also have Namo, who's actually was in charge of kind of mixing all this and putting all this in together. And we're going to try to get a special guest kind of edge us into this weekend. We'll find them out there in the Twitterverse. But I want to pass it over to either D-Rob or Cool Blue. I know you guys are doing awesome because you just got off the line with you guys. So what's up?
Let's do it. Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen V3, Vayner3's Twitter yet, VaynerNFT is now Vayner3. This is one of the most exciting days for us because we've seen this transition happening for a while. It's been a long coming because once we all got into NFTs, we understood that Web3 is a much larger world than we ever imagined. So we have Namo in the audience. We have Avery, our president. If either of you wants to come up, we'd be happy to have you. But we're going to go through and talk about a little bit of the news that came out about VaynerNFT transitioning to Vayner3. So Gary announced it this morning. And what we're doing is really transitioning into a strategic consultancy and still dedicated to leading enterprises and IP owners into this world. But now it's not just the world of NFTs. It's the world that we're building in Web3. Am I getting an echo? Oh, we have Namo. Amazing. CryptoNova, I think you're echoing.
I think I left my mic on. So sorry. Thank you for letting me know.
No problem. I'm going to pass this right over to Namo because he really led this, a big part of these efforts. Namo, go ahead. Tell us about Vayner3.
Hi, everyone. So huge team effort. It's just really remarkable when you have a group of people who are Web3 enthusiasts and natives who are building up a new practice of Web3 consulting that really doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. A lot of companies are trying to figure this out. And so we're manifesting the future that we want to live in. And so we had to do something new. And the only people who could execute on this rebranding were the people that work at VaynerNFT and now V3. So, VaynerNFT was established a year ago yesterday, in July 2021. In that past year, we've launched so many NFT projects, industry and opportunities grew, and so did we. And over the last couple of months, starting back in December, is what Gary Marks was the request to start broadening our offering and start to solve problems around cryptocurrency and blockchains, and start to investigate ways to look at tokenomics and supply and demand levers and do analytics and all of these new things that really have emanated out of the surge interest that we've seen in NFTs over the past year. And so we're a lot more than NFTs, but we're still very much into NFTs, doubling down on Web3 as an industry as a whole. the best people in the world on our team. And while NFTs will continue to be a cornerstone of access and utility and functionality, and there's a lot more that people are going to be thinking about, and us first, in the metaverse ecosystems, blockchain, e-commerce solutions, all different types of crypto platforms, decentralized technologies in general. So we're really, really excited about what this repositioning means for us as a business, and the demand for this type of thing is really off the charts. So we're just super excited.
Doubling down in the Web3 space. We saw it within house when we all had in our IRL event with, all the employees who were from VaynerNFT who were wanted to come over and travel into New York and be part of the transition into Vayner 3. And part of that was we had a Web3 demo day yesterday. And that Web3 demo day we had tremendous success with it. We had over 15,000 impressions on Twitter just alone out of one of the 4 social media platforms, streaming for 7-8 hours, including on YouTube. And this is kind of almost an amazing stat. Like all of the speakers, 10-minute segments, everyone showed up. And it was a lot of behind the scene works. And one of the huge person behind the scenes working there was Leslie Wheeler, Cool Blue herself. Leslie, do you want to talk maybe a little bit about that Web3 demo day that we had? I mean, yesterday, it was amazing day.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. And thank you so much for sharing that, Namal. To a lot of what you said, I mean, we saw yesterday on this Web3 demo day how vast the world of Web3 is, and how it really isn't just NFTs, and NFTs will be a part of that for sure. But the work that VaynerNFT, now Vayner 3, the work that Vayner 3 has put into this Web3 space over the past year has just been incredible. And the projects, the partners, the platforms that we've really grown together with have been phenomenal. And yesterday we saw a huge number of them. We had over 3,000 people join, and that's because we're seeing how vast this world really is. We did have NFT projects like Women in Weapons, but we also had Polygon and Solana. We had people from Reddit and Meta. It was really something that inspired me so much to see more of how we're going to expand as a consultancy in this space, and how everyone in Web3 is really just building it together. So I'm so excited for what's to come from that. It's definitely just the beginning. It was just the kickoff, but it was really exciting. And no, but who were some of the people that you enjoyed seeing? I saw it in the comments there. I saw a lot of the team in the comments there. What stood out to you? I'm curious. I was behind the scenes. I want to see what stood out.
This is kind of crazy, and I don't want to say the wrong thing here, because I totally mean it as far as an educational process for me. But it was almost a little bit better just because it was different than NFT NYC and NFT LA, because it was condensed speakers that I enjoy. So I got to maybe pick one or two, but coming from the hands of the great Alan Henna and Katrina, setting up a line of speakers like that was all consolidated there. And being in the comforts of my own home after being in New York for 3 days was also a little treat, where I can also work on the side and pay attention, because we all, do multitask in this way. I would have to go back to, if I had to pinpoint it to one, is Fonz talking about token proof, because that is what I functionally use to see how Web3 physically works at the events I'm privileged to be a part of through access of my NFTs. So there again, it shows the growth and maturity of an NFT that I have once owned, to see how I got applied to physical use. Now, none of this is financial advice. It's different for different people, but I was able to enjoy events in New York and use token proof through NFTs to enter into different engagements. Some of those engagements was being with coworker Cool Blue and Elena when we did get into Boss Beauties at and got to see Kesha sing. So maybe Elena, we have you here. Elena, maybe how about you talk about maybe one of your favorite speakers that you saw in yesterday's Web3 presentation, and introduce yourself if you want to for some of our new listeners.
Hello, GM. I'm Elena from Vayner, and I could watch half of it yesterday and some of it today, and still finishing up because I was flying back to LA yesterday. But one speech that I really enjoyed was, I believe, IYK, right?
Oh yeah, IYK. Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, because I also saw a T-shirt that they did during NFT NYC at a Creature World event, and could tap into and actually see the product. So it was great to also get the background of it and see different applications of how they are linking physical items with digital authentication as NFTs.
And we had Coinbase. We had so many people who are really working together in terms of platforms, metaverse, their digital worlds, financial. Like I said, we had artists, we had the NFT projects like Round 21, and seeing everyone coming together and doing such different things, but working together to grow the space. And I want to ask, while we have Name Up, we just lost them. Yep, I tried to get to Name Up before we lost them, but I mean, this is absolutely to shape what we're on as a consultancy moving forward, and I just can't wait for it. I was going to ask for Namel to expand on how we'll be moving forward, but we'll leave that as some alpha maybe for next time.
How about we just put Alan Carroll on this right on the spot? He's up here as a speaker,
and we'll put Alan Carroll on the spot.
He is quick-witted with his meme responses. You know, Alan, how have you seen, you know, this Web3 space changing just through the eyes of a memer, and how quick things can go and can get changed in this Web3 industry?
Yeah, that's a great question. Definitely on the spot, but that's okay. You know, it's good to be able to perform under pressure. But, you know, I think it's definitely important to consider, like, how quickly this space moves. Like, it's almost like dog years. You know, it's like one day in Web3 is like an eternity in real time. So, you know, just kind of seeing how that has developed. And, you know, for us at V3 to keep up with that as well and continue to stay educated. But yeah, like the memes, they'll kind of, they can continue following the space, and, you know, whatever is kind of hot in this space, it's nice that we can have some relief through that, and, you know, hopefully that turns into a bullish sentiment very soon. We'll have to see.
Now, a huge part of this week is actually having that in real life in our coworkers, and we were able, myself, yourself, and Alan Carroll were able to take a nice photograph together as we were doing headshots for rebranding. But, you know, maybe talk about how, you know, IRL event, you know, could forge the way for possible things in the future. You know, I mean, a lot of people were talking about metaverse. Everything is based in the metaverse. Well, you know, there are IRL events out there that we've seen that have gained a lot of traction in this Web3 space.
Yeah, I think Namel said it best when we were having a meeting. You know, the metaverse is almost a mentality. You know, it's like, it's not just like black and white where it's like you're in and you're out. Like, it's eventually likely going to become, like, you know, part of your everyday life, kind of like the internet is today. So, yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea to try and just, you know, embrace that and just see where that feeling takes you, and you know, really kind of lean into the opportunities that this space are going to bring.
Yeah, and it really is the next iteration of consumer behavior, right? This isn't just the next iteration of the internet or what's beyond NFTs. It's the next iteration of consumer behavior. And I want to read something, because it's absolutely changing how consumers interact, engage, and express themselves. But I want to read a quote from Gary from the press release that went out around VaynerNFT changing to Vayner3, because it really is just about bringing a massive opportunity for brands, clients, IP owners, consumers. And what Gary said was, I've always believed that technology is a tremendous tool to help us understand consumer behavior and drive social interactions through culture. And all of our ventures of VaynerX operate with this approach. And we're very focused on helping businesses understand the ever-changing landscape. And Web3 is just one of those ever-changing landscapes. So it's incredible to see how this is going to evolve. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. And with this team up here, excited for all the things to come, especially after demo day, when we really see what's possible when we bring an incredible group of people and speakers together like that.
And not only that, of how the community effort behind it, where everyone was pulling on the same rope in the same direction, built growth, systematic change. And we saw it within simple demonstrations and examples. All those demonstrations and examples are on YouTube. And, if you just scroll down a couple, and there's multiple links where you can go there. The great Dylan Reed has the link for the YouTube link was the last posted link for our old Twitter handle. So, that's a perfect way to do that. And you know what? We're going to wrap up here shortly. And we have a friend that I want to bring up and relax us into this Friendly Friday. And we can invite up David Bianchi, and he's going to see if he maybe give us some relaxing poetry here that can lead us into the weekend, because we've been changing Twitter handles, and we've been changing, we're getting our Instagram, we're reformatting everything here, changing the name over. We've had a long IRL week, and you know what, we're going to get some soothing reading here. And if you're not familiar with, let's see if we can get him invited up here. If he's in the hosts, sorry, I'm trying to thumb through and see if we can invite up someone to read some poetry for us to get us on through this.
So needed in the world of Web3, because it is changing every day. Taking the opportunity to just slow down, bring in some creativity. I'm really excited. Hopefully we can bring David up here. I saw him here for a moment.
It seems like he has dropped, so we'll have to pivot.
Time to pivot. We'll start David off with our next Twitter Spaces. He can start off with reading a poem.
So I'll take it on as the other David. So I'm not gonna read poetry though.
D-Rob's just getting jealous over here.
No. So I will ask you guys a final question. We've had so much between the offsite where we were in person. We've had the demo day. We're looking towards the future. Crypto Novo, Leslie, Alan, Elena, what's one thing, just one thing that you learned this week and you're going to apply as we transition into this future of Web3?
I'm going to use a cop-out and just talk about what I learned about the team from meeting everyone at the offsite. Wait, no, Berta jumping in.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button again. Go for it.
Love it. Technology problems on Twitter Spaces. One thing I've seen, because of everything that's happened, we had an incredible workshop kick off the week with a Fortune 500 fashion brand, which was phenomenal. The next day we had the offsite. The 2 days after that offsite, for anyone who's just getting here, is where the VaynerNFT, now Vayner3 team connected in person for the first time, everyone at once in New York City. And it was just incredible. We got together, we brainstormed, we learned, we plotted. And then after that, we had demo day yesterday, and then today officially announcing Vayner3. I mean, these are incredible, pivotal moments in our Vayner3 history that we've really accomplished in 1 week. So obviously it took a lot longer than this 1 week to put everything together. But for me, I learned so much about what is possible for this team, and it makes me so bullish on what's possible for this space. So that's my takeaway is, holy crap, we have incredible people working to build the future of Web3, and a lot of those people are at Vayner3.
I love that. Alan, Elena, do you guys have any learnings from this week?
Sure. Yeah, I would probably say I learned how much I actually don't know, which I think is also important. It's like you listen to these people talk, and especially yesterday, the demo day of what these companies are presenting. And it's like, yeah, I've got some work to do to continue to make sure I'm up to date on all things Web3. So not a bad thing. It's something I enjoy learning about. But again, what we said earlier, the space moves very quickly. So
yeah, I can jump in. I think Offsite was amazing, and I learned so much about our team, about what they know about Web3, but also beyond that, and as people, what they care about, they think. So I thought that was so valuable and amazing. And during demo day, I think there were so many amazing partners. I mean, 44 speakers is an amazing number. It's crazy. And how much is being built was, I think, very, very great to see. And understanding that even in bear markets, you know, we hear all these news and brands coming into the space, and just seeing the enthusiasm and the will to create something amazing together. And I think that was amazing to see, that I'm super bullish on, and I can't wait to see where it goes.
I'm going to close it out and talk about, well, two things. The reason I have mic problems is because it's right above the heart if you're on your phone. So I don't know if I have fat fingers or not, but I'm trying to hit hearts up there for my friends, and I'm hitting the mic button. So sorry about that. I'll get a better angle on my phone. But this is directly going right towards, Avery and leadership. And it starts with leadership and having the president that we do have, because it starts at the top. And she has been a great leader since day one, even prior to day one. And the journey that we've been on through VaynerNFT to Vayner3 has just been the beginning. And this is just phase 2, chapter 2, whatever. We all have a page in this book, and it just depends how thick we're going to do and make this book. And you know what? I'm in it for the systematic change. I know that friends in here are looking at that viewpoints as well. So we're here to help, and that's what we're going to continue to do through being open lines of communication, through driving some of the best brands in the world to some of the smartest minds in the world, so they can decide what they want to do to make this world a better place. I'm Crypto Novo. I want to say friendly Friday to everyone, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. And with that being said, get Joe's peace signs ready. Stay positive and love life. Peace.